fall is upon us and my garden is pretty much done producing for the year, as you can see here. So I decided that I'd like to let my chickens come out here and roam for like 6 to 8 weeks here while it's still kind of warm, but getting a little chilly out and there's really nothing growing in the garden. So I thought that I would build a shelter out here for them so they can live out here for just a couple months and just take down everything, of course put some manure in the ground for me, while also clearing out some of the plants that I have in here, getting rid of the weeds and enjoying some bugs, because right now, as you know, they live in the woods and there's not a whole lot of opportunity for them in there. So what I ended up doing was picking up some pallets from down by where I work, and I built a shelter out here, so check it out. Here's what I built for the chickens. This was made completely for free. I just used pallets and materials that I had, including the tarps. So I'll take you around it here. I used normal size pallets for the sides, and then I built a little pallet for the front here, and then there's also a normal size pallet over here. These were actually in pretty good condition. I'll take you inside here. The first thing you'll see, I actually put a perch in here for them to sit on, and then the back is I think it was like a 6-foot pallet, which I just filled in all the blanks on there. So you can see I did a pretty good job of filling that all in and not allowing a whole lot of air to get through. And then the roof is the same. I used the same size pallet for the roof as I did for the back. So it allows this thing to be pretty wide. I think it's like 57 inches wide from what I measured. And then this inside here, I had some extra little scraps that I blocked some of the spacing off because this pallet wasn't as great. As you can see, there is some space there. So this is all blocked off there. Under here is where their food's going to be. Their food's going to be probably in this corner here, and then I'm going to put some bins under here to collect their crap as they drop it while they sleep on there. Now the roof itself isn't super great. You can see there's some spacing there, but that's where the tarps came in. I took 2 different tarps. There's one here, then there's one on top of that, and I just kind of used some extra pieces of pallet wood to block, you know, this thing from blowing away. I also kind of tied the sides down a little bit. I don't know how this thing's going to fare in the wind and stuff as things go. I do have some shingles up in the barn that I could have used for the roof, but I kind of like the idea of using the tarps a little bit better, just for the fact that it kind of hangs down over the front end a little bit here, and then on the sides as well it comes down a good bit, whereas the shingles would end right up here. I just took some extra pieces of the pallet wood and put it on top of there, so hopefully that works out. The front, I just took a pallet and cut it in half, more or less. This was just some random scrap that I had, so it's definitely kind of holy here, but it's better than having the whole front open. I'll step back so you can get a good look at the entire thing here. No, it's not much to look at, but I don't really have any carpentry skills or anything, so this is kind of an accomplishment for me. Now, as you know, my chickens live a pretty good life up in their shed that they have right now. That thing is probably like the Taj Mahal of chicken coops, and they're going to be moving into this, so it's going to be a bit of a change for them, but I think they're really going to have some great opportunities to roam around out here in the garden and snack on some new things that they haven't had before and just have a relatively good time. Now, as you can see, this thing's pretty big inside. I can actually fit inside here, so I'm sure 7 chickens will have just a fine time of fitting through here. Basically, the only time they go in their coop is when they're sleeping. They're outside the majority of the day, so I'm not really worried about it. And hopefully the roof holds out and everything will be good for them. And it did rain last night, and this dirt is dry as a bone, so I don't think we're having any problems with my poor little chickens getting wet. Next weekend's going to be the big move. I'm mainly waiting because I have peppers growing out here. Here you can see my banana peppers that are growing, so I just picked a bunch of those, and I'm going to allow another week for them to grow. And here you can see them there. I have, I think I have bell peppers growing over here. So I know when I move the chickens out here, they're just going to decimate this stuff, so I kind of want to get what I can off of it. So I'm thinking another week will be good. I really can't fence this off because it's, as you can see, kind of a huge area. And they're going to have fun with what's left of my tomatoes. These things are shot, but there's still a lot of tomatoes just on here that I haven't used yet, and these ones are just kind of rotting over here, so they're going to have a good time in the tomato area. And then this whole area is going to be for them to enjoy.